UIC, in its role as an academic institution, is committed to an environment in which a variety of ideas can be reasonably proposed and critically examined. This requires a culture of mutual respect in which listening, kindness, courtesy, acceptance, and tolerance are paramount. These values should guide our words, tone, demeanor, actions, and interactions always. On behalf of UIC, I ask that everyone respect our speakers and our audience of students, faculty, staff, alumni, and guests who have arranged their days to be here. It is important that all guests be aware. This is an official university event, and disruptions and open expression are not permitted inside the venue during the event. Anyone who wants to demonstrate can do so in the designated area directly outside the building. Thank you.
XJ. My name is Dr. Tal Foster. I'm the director of the Native American Support Program, and I've been asked to give the land acknowledgement. If we want a peaceful future, we have to speak up about the past and the inequalities of the present, especially at a land-grant university like ours that still owns land stolen directly from tribal nations. Those nations still exist, but we have taken their resources and they have a claim on this space. We speak now to acknowledge our shared space with the original Anishinaabe people of the Chicagoland area, known collectively as the Three Fires Confederacy, the Potawatomi, the Odawa, and the Ojibwe nations. We acknowledge as well other tribal nations that know this area as their homelands, including the Menominee, Ho-Chunk, Miami, Peoria, and Sac and Fox. In the 1950s and 1960s, the federal government shipped thousands of Native Americans to urban centers to force assimilation, and Chicago was one of those sites. Thus today, over 60,000 Native Americans from over 100 tribal nations live within Cook County. Native activists helped in the 1970s to found the first state office in Illinois focused on their educational goals, the Native American Support Program here at the University of Illinois Chicago. As part of the Illinois land-grant university system, that continues actually to own indigenous lands today as part of its endowments. For the benefit of non-indigenous settlers, we have a responsibility to Native American and indigenous community members at UIC, in Chicago, within the United States, and around the world to speak up and seek justice. Acknowledgement is about doing. UIC offers in-state tuition at our undergraduate level to Native Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Indigenous Pacific Islanders, and is piloting a unique housing grant for out-of-state undergraduates, thanks to Rob Dixon. We applaud our colleges of medicine and pharmacy in particular, which offer in-state tuition for the professional school tribal citizen students. NASP, through the Chancellor's generous support, is hosting meetings with the Indigenous community here on campus, to which you are all invited to create change within your units together. There is much to be done in this project of building a community with Indigenous people that privileges their voices around our shared flame. Please join us. Mado.
Distinguished guests, including those on the platform party, University of Illinois Board of Trustees Chairman Don Edwards, fellow trustees Tammy Craig Schilling, Carolyn Blackwell, Jesse Ruiz, and UIC student trustee Muhammad Haq, University of Illinois Springfield Chancellor Janet Gooch, and University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign Chancellor Robert Jones, faculty, staff, and our fellow students. Today, we celebrate the investiture of Chancellor Miranda. I'm Jonathan, a third-year graduate student in the College of Dentistry.
And I'm Justin, a senior majoring in integrated health studies. As the student representatives, we've been given the task of squeezing the thoughts and feelings of our 34,000 students into a tiny 3-minute speech.
Honestly, we were thinking of just speed talking it, but we figured we'd leave the advanced oratory skills to our award-winning speech team. Since we only have a few weeks left before the semester wraps up, and we have final exams and projects to prepare for, we'll try to keep this brief so Justin can get back to his kinesiology studying.
I don't even want to start thinking about finals, and it feels like I've been fighting off senioritis for the past 3 semesters. I'm sure every student listening feels the same way. We're just trying to make it to graduation, or commencement, or whatever we're calling it. The time we get to celebrate not just surviving UIC, but thriving here, thanks to the vibrant life and opportunities we enjoy on our campus.
Thriving, surviving, and occasionally diving into our studies, of course. Speaking of someone who took a dive headfirst into her work for us, let's put our hands together for Chancellor Miranda. On behalf of our massive, diverse, and grateful student body, we say thank you.
Representing 34,000 students is no small feat. We're such a big campus community, and UIC is known for our diverse student body. The plethora of languages, backgrounds, identities, and experiences that we all bring to campus is what makes our community special.
Absolutely. Each student has their own story to tell. And what I've appreciated most about Chancellor Miranda is her willingness to listen to others. Her open-minded approach to leadership has helped her understand and meet the needs of our students.
Certainly. We appreciate our Chancellor's leadership and vision. Her commitment to fostering an environment of inclusivity, innovation, and excellence is both inspiring and needed.
Chancellor Miranda's collaborative leadership style has made her an effective leader and a beloved figure on campus. Her desire to hear students' concerns has shown her genuine commitment to both the academic and personal growth of every student in our community.
And she's demonstrated her honesty and transparency. In her relatively short time on campus, she's been real, and her prioritization of our students has been there from the start.
As we celebrate Chancellor Miranda's investiture, we look ahead to UIC's exciting future, one of growth, opportunity, and transformation. Chancellor Miranda said, "The future of higher education will be determined by public institutions, and I am grateful that the future of our public institution is in good hands."
To Chancellor Miranda, congratulations on this momentous occasion. Your leadership marks the beginning of a new chapter, not just in your journey, but in the lives of every member of the UIC community. We look forward to live out our mission of providing the broadest access to the highest levels of educational, research, and clinical excellence.
As we close, let us embrace the future of UIC with open hearts and minds, ready to support Chancellor Miranda in her efforts to promote the mission and legacy of our university. Here's to a future filled with promise, achievement, and transformative education.
Let's continue to thrive, survive, and occasionally dive into our studies, knowing we're doing so with the right leader, one who is committed to access, empowerment, creativity, and excellence. Thank you, Chancellor Miranda.
Dr. Barbara Ransby is the John D. MacArthur Chair and Distinguished Professor at UIC in the Departments of Black Studies, Gender and Women's Studies, and History. She also directs the campus-wide Social Justice Initiative, a project that promotes connections between academics and community organizers on topics related to social justice. Dr. Ransby is a historian, writer, and longtime political activist. The current and future successes of UIC are built upon the foundation of our past. Dr. Ransby will share with us a recap of UIC's history, a sense of how we arrived at where we are today. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Barbara Ransby.
To adjust for the small people. I want to thank Chancellor Miranda for inviting me to speak on this occasion of her investiture as our 10th Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Nearly 1 year in, we're glad you're here, and I hope with everything going on, you're still glad to be here. I'm going to talk a little bit about reflections of the challenges that our institution faces at this moment. I am a historian, but I'm going to stray from that role a bit. We very much look forward to the years ahead and the full-bodied, robust implementation of Chancellor Miranda's vision. But I have to say, and she already knows this, it is not going to be an easy road, but it'll be one well worth prodding. These are not easy times. Your tenure as Chancellor is an opportunity to not only give leadership to UIC, but to be an example for all of higher education. Now, today is April 4th. It is the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he is very much on my mind today. I'm not saying that you have to try to fill those very large shoes, but his life and legacy do offer lessons for all of us. Dr. King is often remembered in a skewed way. He is celebrated for his early career much more than for the later years of his life, when he was called upon to make some of the most difficult decisions of his life. He was criticized sharply for some of those decisions and shunned by those who disagreed. But he made principled and honorable choices in times of war and crisis, and for that he should be best remembered and best loved. Times of war are particularly difficult times for both political and institutional leaders. This was true during World War II, during the global fight against fascism. It was true during the volatile years of the Vietnam War, and it is true now as we witness the devastatingly cruel war on the people of Gaza. Not only is the world in crisis today, but higher education is in crisis. It is my profound hope after my 26 years at this institution that UIC will not follow the pack in this moment, but will forge a different path. In the last 3 years alone, 19 states have imposed laws severely restricting teachers' ability to shape their own curricula, and these restrictions have directly impacted colleges and universities. In neighboring Indiana, the state has passed a law dictating the scope and nature of what professors can teach in their classrooms and threatening harsh penalties if they don't comply. Similarly, professors are being harassed and sanctioned for both expressing their political views on their own time and expressing their informed expert opinion as scholars in designated fields of study, from Middle East studies to Jewish studies to intersectional feminist studies to the study of the environment. In the face of all this, we have to defend academic freedom with passion and ferocity. We have to defend the right of faculty who have in some cases spent decades researching, writing, and wrestling with issues of policing in prisons, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, women's health, settler colonialism, racism, and authoritarianism, to weigh in and offer up their insights and expertise when relevant contemporary issues arise. It is not only their right to do so, it is their ethical obligation. We cannot succumb to moral agnosticism in the face of grave injustices all around us. History is replete with examples of that. We do not want our students to go out into the world with blinders on, and we should not act or speak or remain silent as if we wear them. In these moments, we must think not only about the implications of our words, but the statements we are making with our silences. At the same time, we have to defend students' right to free speech and honor their right to protest. Even when they are loud and impatient and make some of us uncomfortable, they do often see the world in ways that many of us do not or cannot. Oftentimes, they have as much to teach us as we have to teach them. Some of the major reforms of the past 30 years that have sought to democratize higher education are being chipped away at and in some cases demolished with judicial and legislative bulldozers. DEI is under assault. Critical race theory misrepresented and maligned. Academic freedom and free speech on our campuses are under siege. Student orgs are being banned, books are being blacklisted, and individual scholars and academic departments being censored. Some of what is lurking on the horizon very much resembles the dark days of McCarthyism. This cannot be the future of higher education. We cannot allow it to be. So we have, and there's one person that agrees. So we have in Lynn Miranda a unique opportunity and a unique leader. I hope, Chancellor Miranda, that you bring with you all aspects of who you are to this work, and I believe you will. The university has chosen to hire a person with impeccable academic credentials, but that is not all. Lynn Miranda is a person with a history and a story, and that story matters. She is a daughter of immigrants at a time when immigrants and migrants are under attack, from the southern border to the pages of mainstream newspapers to the bully pulpit of national politics. She is a woman of color when women leaders in higher ed are being targeted for character assassination at every turn. She is a scientist when a sector of our population is increasingly anti-science and hostile to evidence-based knowledge altogether. And perhaps most interestingly, she is a beekeeper, one who tends to the productive lives of small creatures, a defender of their role in our larger ecosystem, an appreciator of their fragile beauty, and one who has, on probably more than one occasion, felt their sting. But even having been stung, she is not deterred from her mission, a mission fueled by an understanding that no matter how small and vulnerable, we are all interdependent, we all have value. And in thinking about that, perhaps beekeeping and bees themselves have something to teach us about compassion, clarity of purpose, generosity, and perseverance as we think of the direction of this institution. I know Chancellor Miranda is the right person to lead us in the coming years through uncertain and difficult terrain, with mission focus, principled intent, moral and ethical integrity, and eyes wide open, and every one of us heard, seen, and valued. I look forward to the journey.
Dr. Philip Hanlon, President Emeritus of Dartmouth College, became the 18th president of Dartmouth in 2013 and served in that role for 10 years. During that time, he led Dartmouth through a decade of extraordinary achievements that included historic expansions in financial aid, the college's invitation to join the AAU, and more than 20% growth in undergraduate admission yield. Dr. Hanlon previously served as Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs at the University of Michigan, where he was a member of the Michigan faculty for more than 20 years and held a variety of administrative posts. Dr. Hanlon is here to provide a personal reflection on Chancellor Miranda. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Philip Hanlon.
What an honor to be here today to celebrate the investiture of Lynn Miranda as the 10th Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago. Through my many years, I've come to understand that the most fulfilling accomplishments are not those that we make ourselves, but rather the accomplishments of those that we've taught and mentored and worked with. And that makes this moment especially sweet. A wise person once told me that being a university leader is a lot like riding a roller coaster. You ascend to great heights, but always knowing that a precipitous fall is just around the corner. Everyone around you is screaming and waving their arms. And when it's over, you get off and say, "Boy, I'm not taking that ride again." Seriously, though, being chancellor is a tough job indeed. On any given issue, students, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, state and local governments are likely to each hold reasonable and compelling positions, but positions that are in conflict with each other. When faced with tough choices between legitimate but competing interests, what is a chancellor to do? The best, and that would include Lynn, look to their core values for guidance. And so, having known Lynn for a long time, I want to spend a few minutes talking about her core values, the beliefs that will guide her leadership. First, Lynn holds an unwavering dedication to serving others through her work. Ask Lynn to explain how her research on environmental lead poisoning has helped protect an untold number of children, and you will see her come alive. In this commitment to service, she will find an eager partner in the University of Illinois, Chicago. Service has always been part of your institutional culture, from your origins in the health sciences to today's campus where almost 50% of your undergraduates are first in their family to attend college. Second, Lynn believes in community. the power of family and friends to lift each other up, to achieve more together than they could possibly do by themselves. If you want someone who cares deeply for their family, look no further than Mary Lynn. And as dean at the University of Michigan, Mary Lynn took a highly fractured unit and brought it together around shared values and aspirations. In these same ways, I know that she will prioritize community for your campus in all that she does. And finally, Mary Lynn believes in the power of the academy, the ability of great universities like yours to better the world through your research and to prepare graduates for lives of leadership through your teaching. The impact that UIC has on the state and nation is already profound. For example, the Wall Street Journal recently ranked UIC in the top 10 for providing social mobility. And in the health professions alone, I've read that 1 in 10 physicians, 1 in 3 pharmacists, and almost half the dentists in the state of Illinois are graduates from UIC professional schools. And you can bet that Mary Lynn will take this impact to even greater heights. Service, community, and the power of the academy, values and beliefs that will animate Mary Lynn's leadership and that are a perfect match for your university. I am so proud of what Mary Lynn has accomplished, so grateful for the wisdom of President Colleen in recruiting her to be your next leader, and so anxious to watch your campus and all that you accomplish under Mary Lynn's leadership. The future is bright for the University of Illinois, Chicago. Thank you.
Also providing a personal tribute is Dr. Naila Swad Nasir, the 6th president of the Spencer Foundation, which funds education research nationally. Prior to joining Spencer, Dr. Nasir held a faculty appointment in education and African American studies at the University of California, Berkeley, where she also served as a chair of African American studies, then later as the vice chancellor for equity and inclusion. She also served on the faculty of the Stanford Graduate School of Education. Dr. Nasir's research examines the racialized and cultural nature of learning and schooling, with a particular focus on the experiences of African American students in schools and communities. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Naila Swad Nasir.
Good afternoon, faculty, students, staff, leadership, and the UIC community. I'm really honored to be with you today in celebration of Mary Lynn Miranda as the 10th Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago. And I'm pleased to have been invited to share remarks today. This moment in our nation, in higher education, and at UIC is both incredibly joyful with lots to celebrate and markedly somber with many challenges as well as yet unrealized opportunities. When I think about our work in higher education and about my own work, I think of a comment one of my daughters made to me when she was about 15. It was the night before I was leaving for a major conference of scholars in my field, education. So just note, I have 4 kids, and I feel like there's always one kid who's inclined to just the blunt truth. That's this kid. So on this night, I was packing and flitting around and sharing with her all of the friends and colleagues I was planning to see while at this academic conference. And she looked me squarely in the eye and asked me a question. So, Mommy, you and your friends have been studying education and inequality and writing books for years, right? Yeah. But over all those years, schools are getting worse. And she just looked at me. And she was right. And I learned 2 things from that interaction. First, it was my first inkling about what a gift this generation of students will make to making the world better. What I love most about Gen Zers like my daughter is that they expect more from institutions and from all of us, and they see so clearly the failures of past generations to steward the earth and our social systems for the good of the people. Second, it was an important reminder that our goal as professors, as higher ed leaders, is not just to produce knowledge, it is to make things different because of our work, to build the world anew with our science and our institutions. Early in my career, a colleague of mine, Elliot Eisner, remarked, "There are very few soft places in schools." It's true of universities too. It struck me at the time because it spoke to the very nature of schooling, this institutional absence of softness, this focus on the head removed from the heart and the soul. And so for all of my career, I conceived of my work as making schools and campus spaces softer, more human, and more just, places where people could relax and find themselves and be themselves and do their work and have ideas and discover and learn and become and build on the rich legacies of their families and communities. This kind of mission, I know, is at the heart of UIC. This is a campus that represents the diversity of the city of Chicago, that fully lives its public mission, that is committed to research that matters to the world beyond the ivory tower. The unit I know best here, the School of Education, has long been a model for the nation in the number of scholars doing groundbreaking work and deeply engaged research, working in collaboration with, and importantly, with deep respect for the neighborhoods and communities around it. What I know is that this kind of work can't happen without faculty and staff and leaders who deeply care and who are themselves willing to be fully human in their roles, to listen, to learn, to share, to connect, and then to be willing to remake the rules and structure to give people what they need, because that's what equity is, giving people what they need. And I am so thrilled about Chancellor Miranda's presence and energy and willingness to be wholly herself in this role, giving away those jars of honey and posting pictures of that falcon on the windowsill. It looks kind of fake, doesn't it? We're gonna have to investigate that. And more importantly, listening, really listening to folks with deep respect. Those are the hallmarks of a stellar and committed leader. As Dr. Ransby noted, these are challenging times. Higher education is a fraught space. We are in the midst of a full-on attack on public education and higher education. Basic rights are being reversed, and the value of universities are being called into question. In this context, institutions like UIC are quickly becoming models for the rest of the nation. The proof of the thing we've always known, that diversity, and I mean true diversity, diversity of perspective, of thought, of racial ethnicity, of gender identities, of ability status, of language, of life stage, is the hallmark of the brilliance of an institution and of its promise to produce transformative research and teaching. UIC is an institution that changes the opportunities, the futures, the lives of students, and by extension, of families and communities. And in doing so, they will perhaps even solve some of the complex problems of the world that my generation and those dang boomers just passed along: social inequity, the tattered social safety net, climate change. The work and learning and teaching and discovery in science that happens at UIC matter to Chicago, to Illinois, and to our nation. And I know that Chancellor Miranda is going to make this place even more amazing, even more of service, and even more ambitious in stewarding forward a new world. And I'll end with this. There was a point when my son, who's my youngest child, as an early teen, was kind of obsessed with how to survive a zombie apocalypse. And he kind of assessed each family member. Would they be help or dead weight? Should we need to build a camp in the woods, or forage for food, or kill a zombie with a hammer? And so I kind of started to think about my friends through that lens as well. And I can tell you that Chancellor Miranda would be my first choice for my zombie apocalypse crew. She is tough, wildly smart, and an incisive problem solver. She has incredible vision, and she leads with a warmth and mama bear-like fierceness. And I do think she could slay a zombie with a hammer, if need be. Thank you.
There's a place for Someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to learn, time to care. Someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving. Someday. There's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
And now it is my distinct honor to introduce the State of Illinois Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. Lieutenant Governor Stratton is our 48th Lieutenant Governor. The daughter of a teacher, she is a believer in the power of a quality education and a champion for equitable education, working to create pathways towards knowledge and opportunity for all of Illinois' children. She is also a valued partner for public higher education in Illinois, working with us as we navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by a changing economy and educational landscape. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Stratton.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, she, her pronouns, and thank you, Jonathan and Justin, as you MC this program, and thank you for that warm introduction. I'd like to begin by thanking today's hosts, Chairman Don Edwards and the University of Illinois Board of Trustees, President Tim Killeen, and we are also joined by higher education presidents and chancellors from across the state and nation, community leaders, business leaders, and elected officials from around Illinois. Thank you all so much for making time to be here. And finally, I want to uplift the faculty, students, staff of the University of Illinois Chicago, and the administrators from the University of Illinois system. You know, when I'm on this campus, I really feel at home, and I'm so grateful to be able to share brief remarks at this momentous occasion. You know, something magical happens when communities come together to celebrate a new beginning, a collective turn to the first page of an unwritten story. How lucky are we that the author of this 10th chapter is Dr. Lynn Miranda. A leader's investiture is a special tradition, one that I believe continues to hold relevance. It's a dedicated time to recognize the importance of UIC to Illinois, an opportunity to reflect on our past and imagine the future, and a chance to embrace new perspectives. In many ways, an investiture symbolizes a peaceful transition of power. One leader exits, another enters, signifying that the institution is strong enough to weather change. The University of Illinois Chicago, along with the greater University of Illinois system, is an essential part of our state's educational, cultural, and professional success. It is only fitting that such a force will be led by someone of equal caliber here at UIC. Chancellor Lynn Miranda is a decorated and experienced leader. And over the course of her career, she has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to education and a voracious dedication to her own career. I'm sure many of you know this, but for those that don't, Chancellor Miranda is not just a leader. She is a powerful woman leader in STEM. And many science, technology, engineering, and math industries remain dominated by men. And although this gender gap holds strong, women, like Chancellor Miranda, are helping to close that divide. On a foundation of geospatial health informatics, she has spent decades working as a researcher, professor, and advocate for evidence-based innovation. And along her journey, she has intentionally made space for underrepresented voices and lit the path for future minds to follow. Already, she has touched the lives of thousands of students and made a substantial impact on multiple prestigious universities. And as we've already witnessed, Dr. Miranda's presence in the chancellor role will inevitably inspire countless other students, especially young women, to pursue research and innovation. Chancellor Miranda, I'm so grateful for the time that we shared over a cup of tea when you visited my office in the Illinois State Capitol, and you shared your vision and your brilliance. And I can say with certainty that the University of Illinois Chicago is in good hands. I am proud to witness this investiture, and I look forward to a bright future for the students who will grow under Chancellor Miranda's leadership. On behalf of Governor Pritzker and the great state of Illinois, congratulations, and I look forward to working alongside you to move our state forward. Thank you for having me, and I'll pass it back over to the MCs.
It is now our pleasure to introduce Don Edwards, the chairman of the University of Illinois Board of Trustees. The chairman is an alumnus of the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign with a bachelor's degree in finance with university honors. He was also a 4-year letter winner on the Illini golf team and has a deep passion for and dedication to the U of I system and its universities. Chairman Edwards is Chief Executive Officer of FlexPoint Forward LLC, the Chicago-based investment firm he founded in 2004. Now, we are honored to welcome him to the microphone. Chairman Donald J. Edwards.
Thank you, Jonathan. I want to thank Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton for being part of this important day here at UIC and for its future. Here in Illinois, unlike some other states, we have extraordinary alignment with our state government, and I want to thank her and Governor Pritzker for their strong support of the University of Illinois system and of higher education in Illinois generally. Now, on behalf of the University of Illinois Board of Trustees, thank you to everyone for being here with us today. I am grateful to all of you for joining us for this day of celebration for the University of Illinois Chicago, this great city, and our shared future. We are honored as trustees to be part of the celebration of Chancellor Lynn Miranda's formal installment as the leader of this incredibly important and impactful urban research university. This is truly a new era at UIC, one that will build on the momentum generated under Chancellor Michael Amaritis, but one in which I know that Chancellor Miranda's vision will see UIC deepen its roots here in the city, broaden its already substantial reach, and build on the foundation of excellence already in place. All of this in service to the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago, a city I am proud to call my home for the past 30 years. As chairman of our Board of Trustees, my duty is to work with my fellow trustees to oversee the spending of public funds and to provide strategic direction to all three of the University of Illinois system's outstanding universities. In our role, trustees work with President Killeen and the leaders of each university. We happen to have Chancellor Gooch and Chancellor Jones here with us today to help drive these great institutions forward and uphold our promise to the people of Illinois, which is to provide an accessible, world-class education at an affordable price, to maintain the excellence that makes a U of I education so meaningful and so incredibly valuable, and to contribute to the public good and the economic development of our state. My wife, Ann, and I are both alumni of Urbana-Champaign, and we know firsthand about the power of a U of I education to transform lives. In addition, I'm a proud parent of a current undergrad at the University of Illinois Springfield. My son is a sophomore at UIS, and I like to say I hit the trifecta of Illinois system universities right here at UIC because my oldest daughter finished her college credits to graduate from Haverford College right here at UIC. So my family has experienced firsthand how special all three universities in our system are. As board chair, it seems I never have enough hours in the day for all the things we have to get done, but among the most gratifying of these duties is the opportunity to appoint the most outstanding people to the leadership positions at our universities. We appointed Chancellor Miranda last year upon the enthusiastic recommendation of President Killeen and so many others, and there is no doubt, as others have said, UIC is now in exceptional hands. Her vision for enhancing the social and economic vitality of the Chicago area, as well as our state beyond, while elevating the already powerful platform for research here at UIC, aligns perfectly with the mission of this University of Illinois system. When she was appointed, she came over to my house on Fremont Street for a dinner to discuss the opportunities and, yes, the challenges at UIC. And we could not have agreed more on the path forward and the importance of UIC to not just Chicago, but yes, to the entire world. Her commitment to transition from the private university world, where she was an exceptional leader, to a public university where she believed she could have an even bigger impact on the public good, was sincere and powerful. I look forward to seeing that impact on UIC and as well on UIC's participation in the greater system of the University of Illinois through the Discovery Partners Institute and the Illinois Innovation Network. With Chancellor Miranda's formal investiture, UIC's commitment that the board supports to service and its capacity to serve our community will only grow stronger. Congratulations again, Chancellor Miranda, and to the entire UIC community. Go Flames!
Now, it's my privilege to introduce the 20th president of the University of Illinois, Dr. Tim Killeen. When he took office in 2015, Dr. Killeen brought more than 3 decades of experience as a teacher, researcher, and administrator in public higher education and in top leadership positions with national scientific research agencies. Dr. Killeen is committed to continuing the University of Illinois system's rise as a global leader through academic programs that transform students' lives and pioneering innovation that drives progress and economic growth. Please join me in welcoming the President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Tim Killeen.
Thank you, Justin. I'm absolutely delighted that so many of you, dear faculty colleagues, staff, student, alumni, and other distinguished guests, are able to join us for this momentous milestone. It truly is a momentous day. The investiture of Chancellor Lynn Miranda serves as recognition of an outstanding leader and a celebration of, yes, her many achievements to come, right here at UIC. There are an incredible number of honored guests to celebrate Chancellor Miranda here, too many, unfortunately, to name them all, and we will hear from her very soon. As many of you already know, she's a dynamic leader and an inspirational speaker, and everyone, including me, can look forward to learning more about her vision for the future. So my role, as you know, provides a broader view of the University of Illinois system that UIC is such a seminal part of, and the transformative impact that we have on the lives of so many people throughout the state. Total enrollment, more than 94,000 students, strong, growing. We are opening doors to underrepresented populations as a means to prosper in their own lives and enrich the lives of those around them. About 27% of our undergraduates across the system are first-generation college students. The number's higher at UIC. A record number of our students earned a degree last year, world record, more than 27,000. And the lion's share of the impact of those degrees will be felt right here in our communities, in Illinois, in our families and our communities. 4/5 of our undergraduate students are from Illinois, and the vast majority of them choose to live, work, play, and yes, vote in the state after graduation. Our Board of Trustees, thank you, Chair Edwards, has frozen in-state undergraduate tuition rates in 7 of the last 10 years in an unyielding commitment to affordability. And we know how important that is to so many families throughout the state. We also employ faculty and staff who provide a world-class education and conduct game-changing research that helps fuel the state's economy and solve problems, collective problems that we share around the world. The system's economic impact is $19 billion and up a year, supporting more than 164,000 jobs, and that amounts to 1 out of every 46 jobs in the state of Illinois. We also work to enhance the quality of life in every corner of the state and in the world itself, reaching beyond the vital work happening at our 3 universities. The Illinois Innovation Network, for example, is a system-led collection of hubs, including a major one at UIC, primarily at our state's public universities, providing a venue for great minds to work together in generous collaboration on the challenges faced by communities throughout the state. UIC is an incredibly important leader in this pioneering effort in what we call an inclusive economic ecosystem. Savor those 3 words with the emphasis on inclusive, unprecedented. The centerpiece of IIN is the Discovery Partners Institute here in Chicago, and construction of its transformative South Loop headquarters is on the near horizon, with the state now gathering bids for its construction. The system will also host in Chicago the International 2025 Sustainability Research and Innovation Congress. SRI is the world's largest annual gathering focused on action-forward, knowledge-based, and inclusive approaches to sustainability, which is the historical challenge of our times. At the center of all that we accomplish is our Board of Trustees, and the board challenges us to continue delivering the excellence that our universities are known for at a scale that can make the difference in the lives of all Illinoisans. Chancellor Miranda, Lynn, with your indulgence, let me speak directly and personally to you for just a moment. Thank you so much, so very much for joining us and taking on this incredible UIC stewardship charge. I know we both agree on this. It's the most sacred charge in higher education today, public or private. And I do not use the word sacred in a religious sense. I use it in a moral, ethical, and sense of integrity. UIC, with its bone marrow commitment to students and learning, to kindness, Lynn stresses that, to excellence, to scale, to diversity and belonging, to truth-telling, and to social justice. And its commitment to honor in all things and taking care of people's health so generously and professionally, never turning needy people away. With that UIC, which is now yours, flaming spirit, its placement in the world of Chicago, and with the determination that you absolutely personify, I know that firsthand, to never leave communities behind. Let's celebrate your arrival and your presence here. We and I are so grateful for your leadership and your participation. So, as you might have said, I think I might have heard it last night to others in the context of dancing, take it away, ma'am. And to your mother, hi mom, hi family. Thank you profoundly for your gift of your daughter to us. And at the center of everything we do is the Board of Trustees. So I will ask Chairman Edwards to join me in the next portion of our ceremony, which is the very short. Chairman Edwards. Chairman Edwards and I now have the proud honor of presenting Chancellor Miranda, the 10th Chancellor of the University of Illinois Chicago, with the UIC chain of office. A gift from the University of Illinois system and the Board of Trustees, the chain of office symbolizes the connection between the university's past and its present. It includes nameplates of each past chancellor and their tenure, with Chancellor Miranda on the center nameplate, positioned directly above the UIC medallion. Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda, on an honor that is richly deserved. We look forward to your continued success here at UIC and our ongoing collaboration in the years ahead as we enhance both the University of Illinois systems, of which you're a vice president, and the UIC's academic and research excellence enterprise, and as we find new and innovative ways to serve the people of Chicago and our great state. Please join me in applause for Chancellor Miranda's address.
Thank you, President Colleen and Chairman Edwards, for that very kind introduction and this Superfly necklace that I get to wear now. I also want to thank and acknowledge the elected officials, the trustees, the faculty, staff, students, alumni, friends of the university who are here today. My special thanks to esteemed Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, Chairman of the Board Don Edwards, my longtime friend and mentor Phil Hanlon, my collaborator and confidant Naila Swad Nasir, our beloved UIC faculty member Barbara Ransby, and the truly spectacular Jonathan and Justin Banks for speaking on my behalf and, more importantly, speaking on behalf of this wonderful university. Thank you as well to all of those who worked so hard to organize today's events. I oftentimes say it takes a village to raise a chancellor, and I am grateful for all of you. We all have many roles in life. I stand here as a professor, a teacher, a researcher, and now a chancellor. But long before those roles became part of my life, and honestly much more important to me, I am a daughter, a sister, a friend, a wife, and a mother. Thank you to friends from all the different parts of my life who are here today. I certainly want to acknowledge that my mom is in the audience, along with two of my brothers. We are missing my father, especially today, our dear Papa Khan, but I know he is blessing us, all of us, with his kind and loving spirit. Indulge me. I want to take a moment to send a big I love you out to my mom. My 3 children are here. Yeah. Thank you for giving me that recovery moment. My 3 children are here. Nothing makes a mama happier than being with her chickens, as I like to call my kids, and it means the world to me that they are all here. And finally, in the audience is the love of my life, my husband, Chris. Walking alongside you these past 33 years has been an incredible source of joy, love, and laughter, a whole lot of laughter. Thank you for your constant support of my dreams and my hopes. And thank you for taking on the primary caregiver responsibility of our 2 English setters and 400,000 honeybees. These are fraught times for higher education. We have critics on the left, we have critics on the right, and we have critics in the middle. Higher education is too expensive. Higher education is a playground for rich students and indolent faculty. Higher education doesn't prepare students for work. Academic medical centers don't care about disadvantaged individuals or communities. Higher education is disconnected from the needs of our people and our country. Sometimes the critiques feel endless, and they can certainly be frustrating. But nevertheless, I would argue that higher education would be well served to listen and listen carefully to what others are saying about us and offer a counter narrative. 2 words describe UIC: access and excellence. And those 2 words, and I would argue UIC itself, are the counter narrative. UIC's mission is to provide the broadest access to the highest levels of educational, research, and clinical excellence. That equity-focused mission is shared widely and deeply at UIC, and I have argued many times is our superpower. We are able to do big things at UIC because we share a belief that access and excellence can live side by side and an ability to make it so. We have 5 priorities. The first one is student success. We need to recruit classes of students who reflect the economic, social, and racial diversity of our great city and state, and welcome students from across the country and internationally. It's not enough to just admit them, though. We must provide attentive and innovative teaching, retain them, make sure they make good progress, get them to graduation, and place them in a good job post-graduation, all while fostering a deep sense of belonging. Our second priority is to scale our research infrastructure and build robust programs that position UIC squarely at the forefront of discovery, innovation, and expanding the knowledge economy in Chicago, the state of Illinois, our nation, and indeed the world. Our third priority is engagement with our home community, the greatest city in the world, with a particular focus on educational and health equity. Our fourth priority is to forge productive partnerships with businesses, nonprofits, and the government sector. We believe this will create opportunities for faculty engagement, as well as expand access for students to internships and eventually career placements. These 5 priorities, I'm sorry, I forgot the 5th one. Our 5th priority is to ensure that we provide the support and resources to our faculty and to our staff that allow them to focus on our mission while achieving excellence in all that we do. These 5 priorities derive from and at the same time reflect our commitment to access and excellence. But it's not just commitment, it's delivery on access and excellence. Let me give you some examples. Amongst our students, 56% of our undergraduate students are Pell Grant recipients. 46% of our students are first-generation college students. We are a minority-serving institution, a Hispanic-serving institution, an Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander-serving institution. 54% of our undergraduate students graduate free of any federal student loan debt from UIC. And for those who do, yeah. And for those who do have loans, the average debt is $21,000. We are providing pathways to prosperity that create generational change for students and their families. And our students are excellent. This year alone, our graduating medical students matched with residency programs at the most prestigious medical centers in the country, like Yale, Harvard, Northwestern, Michigan, and of course, UIC. Hanaya Thomas and Marnie Ostoa were named Voyager Scholars by the Obama Foundation. This past Friday, Puranjay Gupta was named a Goldwater Scholar, and we are eagerly awaiting word on the outcome of Melanie Agaton's Truman Scholars interview. I could go on, and you've heard from two of our students, right? We provide access, and our students are excellent. So that's our students. What about our health system? We had over 1.3 million outpatient visits in 2023 and roughly 25,000 inpatient admissions to our hospital, including roughly 3,600 transfers from other hospitals and almost 49,000 emergency department visits. We focus our efforts on underserved communities because we believe that everyone has the right to excellent health care. We operate 11 federally qualified health centers. We take care of thousands of pregnant women, the vast majority of whom are high risk. We had more than 151,000 patient visits in our College of Dentistry, most of whom were Medicaid patients. We're the only oral health care safety net provider for Chicago and for complex oral health care for the entire state. In our waiting rooms, you will find Fortune 500 CEOs sitting next to someone who is unhoused. We provide broad access to care at scale, and that care is world class. We are changing the Illinois workforce. Across our 16 colleges, we produce over 9,000 graduates every year, providing highly capable workers to all sectors of the economy. 1 in 3 Illinois physicians were trained at UI Health. UIC is the top producer of Latino physicians outside of Puerto Rican medical schools, and the 4th largest educator of Black physicians. UIC has trained more than 8,000 Illinois nurses at our College of Nursing. 1 in 3 Illinois dentists were trained at UIC's College of Dentistry. 1 in 3 Illinois pharmacists were trained at UIC's College of Pharmacy. 1 in 4 Illinois social workers were trained at UIC's Jane Addams College of Social Work. 1 in 9 Chicago Public Schools principals were trained at UIC's College of Education. It is also clear that a college degree improves lifetime earnings. Statistics cited by the U.S. Social Security Administration show us that undergraduate degree holders earn significantly more over their lifetimes than if they hold no degree at all. For men with a bachelor's degree, that amount is $900,000 more in median lifetime earnings than high school graduates. For women, that figure is $630,000 more. And when you have a graduate degree, that figure increases to $1.5 million for men and $1.1 million for women. But what about here at UIC? What's the data here? Data specific to UIC shows that a few years out from graduation, the median wage for UIC students is more than $64,000, whereas the average high school graduate would earn about half that. We provide access to our educational programs at scale, and produce excellent graduates who are highly sought by employers. And by the way, let's work on that disparity in earnings between men and women. Our faculty, thank you for being here. Our faculty are perhaps the greatest marker of our excellence. We currently have an annual research program of over $500 million. This means that our faculty are competing their ideas nationally and internationally and winning. Importantly, a large part of our research program focuses on addressing issues of particular importance to vulnerable communities. For example, we are part of the Renew grant, led by a local nonprofit called Current, focused on ensuring clean water throughout the Great Lakes region and eligible for up to $125 million in funding from the National Science Foundation. Just this year, Giamilli Fantuzzi, Li Junrong, and Jan Kitayevsky were named Fellows of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Daniel Groves and Dhruv Mubai were named Simons Foundation Fellows. Catherine Engel became Chevalier Ordre des Palmes Académiques, which means she was knighted by the French Ministry of Education. And, yeah, knighted. And Dr. Terry Vandenhoek, a pioneer in emergency medicine, was named to the National Academy of Medicine. Again, I could go on and on. We are shaping the Illinois economy. We employ over 16,000 people. In fiscal year 2021, UIC added $9.4 billion in income to the Illinois economy. We are playing a crucial role in helping to create an innovation ecosystem in Chicago, across the U of I system, and in the Midwest, making us the entrepreneurial heartland. In fiscal year 2021, UIC's startup companies generated $338 million in added income for the Illinois economy. Also important, but more indirectly related to access and excellence, is the work we do at UIC to strengthen the resilience of American democracy. We produce graduates who can think independently and have greater appreciation for context, diverse perspectives, complexity, ambiguity, and critical thinking. Higher education is a pillar of American democracy, and at UIC, we take our responsibility to build that resilience of our democracy very seriously. So many of you know I'm a quant nerd, and I love data. You probably feel bludgeoned by all the data I have just recited. But the impact and value of UIC, our deep commitment to both access and excellence, are best told with stories. So let me tell you a story about Associate Professor of Electrical Engineering, Thomas Searles. Thomas's research is in quantum information science and engineering. You have all heard of the quantum revolution, no doubt. Thomas is one of the rising stars in quantum and is considered a key partner in the vibrant quantum ecosystem in Chicago and the Midwest more broadly. He reminds us all that you are sitting right now in the middle of the quantum prairie. But for Thomas, it is not enough to advance his own research agenda. He is deeply committed to ensuring that young Black and brown scholars and women are part of the quantum revolution. He was recently awarded, along with faculty colleagues Zizwe Chase and Daniela Tuninetti, a $4.8 million grant to train the next generation of quantum engineers through a consortium of historically Black colleges and universities, Hispanic-serving institutions, and institutions serving predominantly female students. Excellence is not enough at UIC. It must be coupled with access. Let me tell you another story. Not too long ago, in the state of Illinois, pediatric patients who required complex oral health care faced wait times averaging 14 months. Can you imagine having a complex dental problem, and having to wait 14 months. That didn't sit well with us, and so the College of Nursing and the College of Medicine collaborated with the College of Dentistry and conceived a plan that included a physical renovation, but also a collaboration where our nurses were taking patient histories, our doctors were providing anesthesia services, and our dentists were providing the oral health care so desperately needed. Their joint efforts reduced wait times from 14 months to 4 to 6 weeks. That's amazing. This sounds like a story that is all about access, but it is actually a story about both access and excellence because of the quality of care that patients receive from our providers. Since 2020, when the clinic opened, we have served 4,000 pediatric patients in the pediatric outpatient care clinic. That's 4,000 years of wait time that we eliminated. Nobody asked us to do this, but our values didn't allow us to turn away from the needs of our communities. It's just one of the ways we collaborate across areas of campus and bring not only our minds, but also our hearts to the work we do. I am also pleased to report that a generous gift from longtime College of Nursing alumna and supporter Christine Schwartz, who's here, there she is. This gift will help advance UIC's mission to serve Illinois as the principal educator of health science professionals and provider of health care to underserved communities. Her transformative $10 million gift the largest ever to the College of Nursing, will seed and launch a nurse anesthetist program. Ultimately, the program will provide relief to the 1/3 of Illinois counties, many of which are rural and underserved, that have no registered anesthesia providers. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for your continued dedication to and confidence in UIC and our College of Nursing, and for allowing us to provide life-improving and life-saving surgical procedures to underserved communities across Illinois. Let me tell you one more story about Yair Alvarez, a UIC student majoring in political science. Yair grew up in a single-parent family, is a Pell Grant recipient, and is the first in his family to go to college. During his time at UIC, Yair has held multiple leadership roles in undergraduate student government and the UIC Student Advocacy Coalition, and has benefited from internship placements ranging from Logic Gate to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. He has also been a UIC Urban Public Policy Fellow, researching the effectiveness of the Higher Education Act of 1965 and the establishment of Hispanic serving institutions. Yair will graduate with a degree due to his own hard work and through federal and state financial aid, as well as substantial additional funding from UIC. He will graduate debt-free. I've packed a lot into these remarks, probably too much, honestly. If you only remember 2 things from this address, please remember this. Number 1, 56% of our students are Pell Grant recipients, and number 2, we have a $500 million research portfolio. Some universities serve a lot of Pell Grant recipients, and some universities have very large research portfolios. Only a handful can claim both. At UIC, we claim both proudly. A local cultural historian, Sherman Dilla Thomas, who is here with us today, has coined this phrase, "Everything dope about America comes from Chicago." To give you a sense of what he means, the first blood bank, the first open heart surgery, and the first organ transplant all happened in Chicago. Chicago is the birthplace of the skyscraper and elevated rail systems. We are the originator of great snacks like the chocolate brownie, the Twinkie, Cracker Jack, Juicy Fruit, and one of my favorite, Snickers. Chicago is where the zipper, the Ferris wheel, walkie-talkies, cell phones, the car radio, vacuum cleaners, and the dishwasher were invented. We were responsible for the 8-hour workday. Thank you, Jane Addams. And the Chicago Freedom Movement led to the 1968 Fair Housing Act. America's first gay rights organization started in Chicago. Yeah. I may be a relatively, I may be a relatively new resident of this great city, but everything dope about America really does come from Chicago. It does. But Dilla, you have left at least two important things off your list. The artist, Rashid Johnson, one of the most influential contemporary artists, and who is definitely dope, comes from Chicago. I am pleased and grateful that Chairman of the Board, Don Edwards, and his wife, Ann, have donated a Rashid Johnson piece to UIC, which will soon be on display in the Arc. Thank you. And the second really important thing you need to add to your list of everything dope about America that comes from Chicago is UIC and our graduates. We believe that access and excellence are not mutually exclusive, but rather mutually reinforcing. So here's UIC's clear, compelling, and concise counter-narrative to the critics of higher education. A UIC education creates the ability to compete globally and lead meaningful lives. UIC researchers are attacking the most intransigent problems and creating reasons for hope. And UIC is a resource for everyone and not just an elite few. UIC is a place where our minds are always working and where we carry each other's deeply in our hearts. The minds in this place are truly wondrous, but it's our love that distinguishes us, because love always wins. Dick Broadhead, the former president of Duke University, has been a friend and mentor for many years. He was not able to be here today, but he sent me a lovely message that concluded with the following. I know how much it means to you to open the power of higher education to those who are not highly advantaged. They're equally gifted and way more appreciative. Your mission has found you. Thank you for finding me. Thank you for the gift of serving as your chancellor.
Thank you again, Chancellor Miranda, and please accept our warmest congratulations. These are exciting times indeed for UIC and the University of Illinois system. We're serving the residents of Illinois as never before, extending our service to all corners of the state and engaging with residents and students from every background. And UIC is the key player in our success. And I'm beyond supremely confident, I know, that we have a remarkable leader to accelerate our momentum. And now, Chancellor Miranda, please join us in watching this heartfelt video. You'll have to stand, I think. It's a compilation from your friends, please, friends, family, colleagues, and UIC students as they share their congratulations and their gratitude. Yes, this is a surprise for the Chancellor. She's kind of manifesting that. And your decision to lead this wonderful university. Please, look to the screen.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
We believe in you.
Congratulations on your investiture.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
Wishing you well on your journey.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
The team here at Holt House is so excited to work with you.
Wish you well on your journey.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you for helping the UIC fly bright.
Congratulations, Lynn.
Congratulations.
From student engagement.
From the School of Art and Art History.
From your big brother here in Seattle.
Wishing you well on your journey.
And welcome to the UIC family.
Good luck. Me and him.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
From your national championship speech team. Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
On behalf of our fellow Flame, thank you so much for putting students first.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda.
On being named the 10th Chancellor of UIC.
Your dedication and hard work are an inspiration to us all.
Congratulations, Chancellor Miranda. Woo!
Thank you again, Chancellor Miranda, and thank you all for joining in our celebration ceremony today. We look forward to celebrating even more with everyone at the reception immediately following the recessional. Thank you all, and congratulations, Lynn.